If you are a woman who is so proud of the life that she has built, whether you have built the career of your dreams, you have a family that you're obsessed with, you are just so happy in life and you've built the discipline and the resilience and the drive that people admire, yet you still feel that something is off in your body. You feel that your body doesn't match the intention that you put in. If that is you, keep listening and you're in the right space. Because if you're anything like the women that I coach, that mismatch can feel defeating. And no, it's not because you're vain. It's not because, it's not that you're not disciplined enough. You're doing everything right. And still somehow the results aren't showing this. And this training is going to show you exactly why that's happening, but more importantly, how to fix it, how to shift that. Now, if this feels like it's hitting a little too close to home, let me know, right? You eat clean, you are tracking your macros, you've invested in coaches maybe previously in the blood work, you train hard to the point where you're pushing yourself, but yet you're still exhausted, you're bloated, inflamed, you're potentially gaining weight, or you're the girl that lives in the gym but doesn't look like it. And frustrating enough, like your doctor tells you that everything is normal. And this is where so many driven, ambitious, high-achieving women like yourself get gaslit, right? And it's not intentionally, but it's systematically. You're not failing. You're just operating inside a system that was never designed for a woman with your physiology and your lifestyle. And how do I know this? Because I lived this, right? I had 5 autoimmune diagnoses by the time I was 23. At that time, I had gained 30 pounds in a single month, even though I was eating clean, working out 7 times a week. I was a nutritionist, like by trade. I was paralyzed by anxiety that was, holding me back from stepping into the most authentic version of myself. And more frustrating than that, every single doctor, specialist, expert that I went to seek help, they told me that everything was fine. But the truth, it really was that my body was broken. It wasn't broken. And that's even though I thought that, right? It was not broken. It was that I was overwhelmed. And now fast forward to today, I've been able to lose 50 pounds naturally. I off of anxiety medication. I've built a career that I love. I married the man of my dreams. And I had my daughter naturally when they said it was going to be impossible. And I don't share that to brag. I share it because you deserve a life that feels that good, right? I know, and I've lived in that space where you've given everything to everyone, and yet you're not seeing that in your own life. And you deserve to have a life that feels that good. You deserve to feel aligned, resilient, and strong. And this is the biggest mindset shift that most of the women who are driven, ambitious, like yourself, need to shift, right? Your hormones are not your weakness. They are not your limitations. They are not things that you need to push through. They are the instruction manual for how your body produces energy, how it builds muscle, how it burns fat, regulates your moods, recovers, performs. And when you understand them, when they're supported in a way that works for your real ass life, your entire life transforms faster than any macro plan or workout PDF that you could download. And you deserve this too, right? The coolest thing in my success story is that I've now coached over 3,000 women worldwide. And it is like my jaw drops every time I see them hit this level of success. And I know it's possible for you. Like, you deserve to feel strong, to feel confident, energized, and capable in your body. Because when you step into that version of yourself, the success you've already built, like, that's going to increase tenfold and then seep over to every single part of your life, not just your career and your relationships. And when women shift into these hormone aligned strategies, like, gosh, these are the kind of changes that we see. Not because they starved themselves, not because they're overtrained, but because for the first time ever, truly, their plan finally matched their physiology. And this is the turning point for you. And this is the turning point that every single client that I've worked with has, right? You are not the problem. Your system is the problem, right? It is not your fault. Your system is the problem. Most women are following workout programs that are built around the male physiology, that have linear hormone patterns, and that really like live into that space of grind culture. You got to hustle more. You got to do more. And most women are following programs that just truly don't match their real life, right? Like, you have other things going on. And so high achieving women, they don't fail because of a lack of discipline, right? You're dedicated. You're here. You're listening to me right now, right? What happens is they don't get the success that they deserve because they've been handed the wrong blueprint. So as women, we are not the same every single day, hormonally, metabolically, neurologically. We have 4 different hormonal phases that literally dictate every single aspect of how we perform, how we socialize, our sex drive, all of these different things. And yet 99% of the advice ignores this. So if you're being told that you just need to show up the same way every single day, eat the same macros, just get to the gym and grind, you need to perform the same way at work, right? That doesn't work because your biology changes every single week. Your body is not a checklist. It is an ecosystem. And this is where the system that we use called our hormone strength method, this is why it's so successful, why we have a 95% success rate, right? Because we focus on decoding what your symptoms actually mean and identifying that system dysfunction. We rebuild your metabolic capacity and hormone function, and we strengthen your body with cycle-aligned bio-individualized training. And this method is specifically designed for women like yourself who are driven, who want those results without the burnout, restriction, or sacrificing the life that they've worked so hard for, right? You work so hard in every single aspect of your life, even in the gym, like you deserve to feel good and to actually enjoy that. And like I said, I've coached 3,000 women using this. And here's what I can tell you without hesitation. When women stop fighting their hormones and start working with them, the fat loss speeds up. The inflammation drops, the anxiety calms, confidence returns, and the body begins to reflect the discipline that you've had all along. You don't need more willpower. You need a system that honors the woman that you are. So we're going to walk through each one of these stages, right? So step 1 is decode. And this is how we really get into your symptoms are not your Achilles heels. We empower your health journey by understanding what they mean. Things like breast tenderness, heavy periods, low energy, belly fat, moodiness, all of these symptoms, they're not random, they're messages from your body. And when we decode what's actually happening, your gut, your thyroid, your insulin, androgen hormones, everything becomes super clear, and that clarity is power. And when you finally understand and stop guessing, that's when you start healing. And we saw this with our client Autumn, and she was a perfect example because in just like 2 weeks, she dropped 4 inches. It was insane. And not because she starved herself, but because we finally addressed what was happening and what was her body was trying to tell us for years. And truly, it was eye-opening to where she was like, oh my gosh, like I am capable. I can do this. And then once we decode, that is where we rebuild. And I know that these graphics are kind of boring, but like they're powerful because these are actually graphics from my clients, right? When we rebuild your metabolism, your hormone pathways, your energy systems, this is where your body becomes more resilient again. Oftentimes, we believe that we need to eat less to get more weight loss or to accomplish that aesthetic goal or to burn fat. And that's horseshit. It does not work. Okay. I'm going to call it what it is. When you chronically undereat, your body starts to recognize that as a famine state and it starts to go into conservation mode. That's when systems get disrupted, and that's when you start to experience the hormonal disruption that you're now feeling and all of those symptoms that we talked about. So really what we need to do is we need to make sure that we are strategically supporting your systems by giving them enough nourishment. And when we do this, things happen fast. Like our client, Carly, she was a physical therapist and she was eating clean, working out 5 times a week. And then in just 5 weeks of the program, she lost 5 pounds after years of being stuck. We did not restrict. We added more calories. We added more carbs. All of a sudden, her body was like, thank you. I can do the job that I was designed to do. And the cool part for her, beyond feeling good for her wedding, she was like, holy shit, I have more energy again. Like, was it really that simple, Tasha? I just needed more carbs. And I was like, yeah, babe, you did. You did. And now that step 3 is strengthen. And when your strength training matches your hormone cycle, when it matches your body's capabilities and physiology, that is when we work out smarter, not more, right? You don't need more days in the gym, right? We need to teach you how to work out in a way that aligns with your physiology. And 2, we need to teach you the concept of progressive overload. If you're following random workouts on YouTube right now, I almost guarantee, or on Instagram, I guarantee you're not progressive overloading. And if you are, it's not in alignment with your hormone cycle. Because when we train into alignment, your body becomes a fat burning, muscle building machine, even with a full career, kids, and packed life. And I have to tell you, I only work out 2 or 3 days a week and I lost 50 pounds. All of our clients are the same. We work smarter, not harder. And because when we match that training to your cycle, the deload, the endurance, the strength capacity, metabolic conditioning, your body does truly respond with less effort. And this is where so many of my women are stuck. Like, I know that you're going to the gym, that you're putting that intention in right now, and it's getting a little discouraging because you're like, well, I'm doing it and I don't see any results. We're going to fix that, right? Because they're trying to force consistency when they should be practicing alignment, right? And that's where we get into this cycle of like, oh my gosh, I'm working out a ton, I don't see results, I fall off, and we repeat. That no longer happens because you strategically know when to slow down, when to push. You know that your deloads are a great time to actually get more rest, and that guilt goes away too. It's pretty cool. And this is where my client Mackenzie saw she was legitimately working out 7 times a week. She was eating like 1,400 calories. She had a high stress job and she was like, I don't understand why it's not working. And she dropped 6% body fat and 5 pounds working out. She went from 5 days a week to just 2. And we alternated with her work schedule because she was getting too burnt out. And now she has free time. She has clarity. She's sleeping again. Like, she's really, really happy. And these women, they're not outliers. They're women just like you, ambitious, disciplined, exhausted from doing all of the right things with nothing to show for it. Their bodies were not broken. And I have to remind you this, like, your body is not broken. It's not genetics. You're not doomed to this. Like, you just need a strategy that matches your body. And so truly, if you're like, yes, 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 I love you, I just want to make sure that we're clearly aligned, because this is for you. If you want clarity and real change, if you want a body that feels good and keeps up with your life, if you want confidence and energy that doesn't burn out by 2 p.m., and you want a lifestyle that actually works with your responsibilities, not against them. So health doesn't become your everything, but health becomes a vessel to allow you to be the ambitious, authentic, successful, vibrant version of yourself that you want to be, right? But this is not for you if you are chasing a quick fix, if you aren't ready to commit to a system that works, and if you believe that just a number on the scale is going to make you happy. And your next steps, like, if this training resonated, if you are tired of feeling like your body doesn't align with the intention, the effort, the woman that you are, and it doesn't reflect who you really are, then your next step is so simple. Book your free discovery call. This is where we're going to map out exactly what's keeping your hormones, energy, metabolism stuck, but more importantly, give you specific strategies and a roadmap so you can stop wasting the precious time, energy, and tension that you have not getting results, but you can truly start transforming your life. And it is no pressure, no obligation, just truly clarity and a plan designed to get you results. And to get you the results that you deserve. So I cannot wait to support you. Let's do this.